Welcome everyone to the variety show Without a Clue. Guests from all over the world come from all walks of life and all careers to come on and tell us about themselves and give us a little bit of their insight. So grab a seat, relax, and listen, because this is the Leo Effects. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, somebody that was on a show that was very near and dear to my heart. I'm joined by Tracee Lee Cocco.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep, TLC, babe.
That's great. I love it. Now, you've been on a bunch of different things, and you can always, as with any of my guests, the listeners can go check out the IMDb pages. But I would like, if you would, can you let people know maybe what you feel you're most known for, what kind of stuff you've done?
Well, I'm pretty much known for being Lieutenant J.A.E., on Star Trek The Next Generation. But I was also on Baywatch, but Star Trek's probably the big one. Yeah, because I was Lieutenant J on The Next Generation, in over 100 episodes on the TV series. And then Michael Westmore gave me the opportunity. He's the head of makeup over there. He's just great. He gave me the opportunity to do 14 different aliens, which I then appeared on Deep Space Nine and Voyager. Then we did the first 3 movies. I was in those. I fly the ship in the first one, Generations, and get blown out of my chair, but I don't die, and I come back.
Well, you weren't. Were you wearing the appropriate colored shirt?
I was wearing red flying the ship, yes, but I don't die. I do a stunt. It was one of my first major stunts to work with explosives on the movie. I get blown out of my chair, but I don't die because you see them picking me up and taking me off the bridge. And then that's when Marina comes on, and then she flies the ship and crashes it. We always have a big joke about that.
Amateurs, right?
Yeah. Well, she always jokes about it on her panels that I never gave her the directions how to fly it.
Oh.
But it all started with me. I was a model, and I would do print work in magazines. And my very, very first movie was Gross Anatomy with Matthew Modine and Christine Lottie. I don't know if you remember or recall hearing that, but I was a medical student in that movie. And then how I got on Star Trek was I was on Baywatch when it first came out as a lifeguard. Then Baywatch got canceled. And in the meantime, I got a movie called Another 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy, and that was filming on the Paramount lot. And somebody from Star Trek saw me and said, "You need to come talk to so-and-so up at the business office. I think they'd really like your look for Star Trek." Well, back then I, was like, okay, I didn't really know what, I was getting into. And I went for the audition and got it. And then I didn't know this either, but the black and gold, I guess, is the best color to be on the show because they worked 2 things on the ship.
Right.
So they put me in the black and gold, started out as an ensign, and I don't know, one day I came and I back to put my outfit on, and poof, I'm a lieutenant. And then how I got my name was by mistake, and they stuck with it. They didn't cut it out, so I ran with it. And then I basically have worn every color. I've been on, all of the shows, all the movies. They have me now. I'm doing the conventions. So I do a lot of the Comic-Con. So
wow.
I just got back. I just got back from the UK a couple weeks ago from Destination Star Trek, which was awesome. And I'm leaving next week to go to Starbase, Indiana, and I'll be there again with Mary Chifo, who's from Discovery. So, I love doing these.
You're just all over the place.
I bounced everywhere.
But you weren't. like you had said, you weren't just exclusive to Star Trek though. You did Baywatch and you did Gross Anatomy. You were also in Demolition Man, right?
Yes, and oh, there's a story there. I was a cop in the movie Demolition Man, and Paramount Pictures, where we filmed Star Trek. They had me dressed as a full-on Borg, which I played a regular Borg and a drone Borg too on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But they dressed me up as a regular Borg and sent me to a convention in Anaheim, California, to promote their pinball game. So I'm there in my Borg outfit, and I'm promoting the pinball game, and a guy taps me on my shoulder. I turn around, and it's a guy named Dennis. God, I can't remember his last name, but anyway, he's from the Williams Bally Midway company that makes a lot of the pinball games in Chicago. And he said, I really like your voice. I'm coming out with a Demolition Man pinball game. Would you like to be the computer voice in the game? And I'm like, okay. I thought it was a joke. And no, it wasn't. So if any of you guys, if any of your fans or my fans or anybody out there plays pinball, look it up. Go play that game, and it's my voice that talks to you when you play the game.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so a lot of weird, cool stuff like that it has happened. So it's been pretty cool.
Oh my goodness.
And then I just finished 2 movies. One is a horror movie. It's called Night Mistress. It hasn't come out yet. I will post on all my, social media, when it does. It's hopefully going to come out next year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a horror movie, and I play the head bodyguard for the mafia. And then
cool.
the next one, the next one I just got done doing is Assassin's Apprentice 2, where I play a retired assassin, and Marina Sirtis is in it, Robert Picardo, Armin Shimmerman, me. I mean, the director likes a lot of the Star Trek actors, Russ Manuel, and it's pretty cool, and I can't wait for that to come out. So, like I said, right now I'm just really busy doing the Comic-Cons. The one I'm doing next week at Starbase Indiana is, I think, my last one that I have for this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to book for next year. So,
wow.
yeah, I really love doing them. I mean, it brings out like the little kid in me when I get there. I mean, I love all my fans, and I appreciate all the love and support. I mean, I even have a fan club. It's crazy.
So do any of them come dressed up as you?
I did have a cosplayer dress up as me. I didn't see her because she was in the UK, but she posted on one of my pages that she wanted to dress up like Lieutenant Jay, and I was really flattered by that. But normally, no, but that was really cool to have her do it, so it was really neat. But I just, it's crazy, once you get a name on, they had me as Picard State every time we were in 10 Forward. He was getting mail, asking about me, and it's just been crazy. It's been a whirlwind. It's been great. It's one of the best things ever in my life. Being on that show.
That's amazing. Did you always, you said you were a model before and kind of worked into that, being an actress and all of that. Was this something that when you were a kid growing up you thought about doing?
Yes and no. I really wanted to be either a veterinarian or something to do with like detective work.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Like I love police. I love uniforms. I love the police. I kind of wanted to do that. My mom was like, "Thank God I didn't." but yeah. And then one thing, just led to. I almost joined the Navy, and that's when I got on Baywatch. To tell you the truth, I was ready to go, and ready to sign up and go, and I got a casting agent, and they got me on Baywatch, and one thing led to another, and then got me on Star Trek, and yeah, it's been crazy.
Wow, that's a pretty distinguished career. I mean, you've kind of done a little bit of everything. Yeah, but
a little bit of everything. Yeah.
It seems like you kind of stick towards the sci-fi genre, though. Is that something that just kind of happened, or is that more your preferred area?
I really like that area. It's just kind of happened that way, but like I said, the last two movies that I just got done filming, they have me as pretty badass kind of a, woman there. So I kind of like those kind of characters too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
So if a director were to walk up to you and say, "I'm making this movie. I want it to be the movie you want to be in." Anything at all, what would it be?
Um, you mean having to do with sci-fi or just anything?
Just anything at all. If you had your choice of any movie, either type or that is coming out, I mean, what would it be that you would be like, yes, I want to do this?
Oh God, a DC comic or any kind of thing like that would be awesome.
Okay, so breaking into the superhero thing a little bit, huh?
Superhero thing, yeah, or Laura Croft kind of, that kind of badass, yeah.
Oh, I see. Now, have you ever thought about kind of crossing the streams a little bit, if you will, and trying out for like a Star Wars thing?
Oh, I love Star Wars. I know that that's probably not good for me to say, but I've always liked Star Wars too. Yeah, I mean, and I've done 14 Aliens, so putting on that stuff, I would totally do that again in a minute.
That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool
Yeah,
to see
I
it.
love. Yeah, I love doing the prosthetic work too. It's just because basically, you basically bring that character to life because basically it either sits on a shelf or it's in pieces on prosthetics that they put on you, and you bring it to life. So I really am thankful for Michael Westmore believing in me that he had me. My first alien he had me do was an Antikin. An Antikin to me looks like a wolf dog.
Yeah.
And basically, and it had a prosthetic in my mouth, and I bit down, and the snout would move. That was my very first alien, and then he gave me all these other ones, and I'm just very grateful for the whole Star Trek genre, everything, all the people, everybody. Yeah, and I mean, I didn't know I was getting into this big thing when I got into it, and a fan pointed out that I'm kind of like when he said you're a legend, and I to me I'm like looking at Shatner thinking no he's a legend. But, when I look at all the stuff that I've done, and basically I've done it without an agent, so
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's why like when I got the Demolition Man pinball game deal, I didn't realize at the time that I could have gotten a game too and money. Where they said, "What do you want?" And I said some amount, and they said, "Okay." But now I'm like,
I see.
yeah. So every time I go to somewhere where there is a game, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so stupid."
No. So I'm guessing that would be probably one of the things that you would wish you had have done differently. But is there anything else across your career that you wish you had have done a little differently?
No, not really. I know when I did start on Star Trek back in when was it, 1980 something. I did start to do cons then, but then I didn't. You know what I mean? It was like a big long break, and I should have maybe kept on that kind of deal. Because I probably would have gotten a lot more, and I just really love doing them. I mean, I can't even tell you. It's so cool, and then I'm meeting all the other people that are on the other Star Treks, and we're becoming friends. And I'm really trying. A lot of fans are doing the hashtag Bring Back Lieutenant J hashtag Picard.
Yeah.
Because they really think I need to be on that, which I think I do, and yeah, would that be awesome? A little cameo or something? I don't know.
Yeah, something. Maybe have you as your own captain.
Well, yes, that's what they're saying. I probably could be by now.
Yeah.
And, as a matter of fact, when I was at Destination Star Trek in the UK a couple months ago, or last month, I did see Patrick because he was there. He was just there really quick. And I was at my table signing, and my person that was helping me said, "There's Patrick," and I was like, "Oh my God!" So I didn't drop everything. There was nobody really waiting for me to sign anything, so I got up and I yelled, "Patrick!" And he turned around and he said, in that cool voice of his, "Tracee, Cocco." He put out his arms. I came up, he grabbed my hand, pulls me in, gives me a kiss on each cheek, and he goes, "I love you." And I go, "I love you too." And I so wanted to say, "Do you think I need, get off the card?" But I thought that would be too stupid. So I didn't say anything. He said, "I'd love to talk to you, but he's got to run." And I said, "I understand that." I go, "Well, keep me in mind." He goes, "I will." I don't know what that means, but at least it's just neat that he knew who I, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
and then LeVar Burton was there. He's always so sweet to me and gives me hugs, and Brent Spiner, and I have, I got a photo with both of them, and I was even wearing my Picard shirt, and Brent laughed at it. I'm like, hint, hint.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah, so maybe if you could get the word out, hashtag Lieutenant J, bring back Lieutenant J, and hashtag Picard, and who knows?
Absolutely, I would totally do that.
Okay.
So,
cool.
I don't want to keep asking Star Trek questions, but I kind of wonder, because I see when I watch the show quite a bit, I always kind of wondered. It always looked like the actors playing the Borg, and I get it that the Borg are not meant to be the most dexterous of people, but they always seem kind of stiff and rigid. Was it hard doing your stuff in all those prosthetics?
Yeah, because basically underneath all of that armorish looking thing is for me anyway, was a one-piece kind of mesh bodysuit. And then they put on, every piece is a piece. So your forearms, your triceps, your legs have 4 pieces, your chest has 2 pieces, I believe. There was a lot of pieces. And then they put that packed makeup on, which you can't smile or anything because obviously it cracks, and oh God, they don't want you to, keep putting it on there.
Yeah.
But, when they do make these things for us to wear, or actors to wear, sometimes I don't think they realize that, we're human. We got to go to the restroom or,
right.
eat or something. And one alien, I believe it was called a tac-tac, they had me in, has this prosthetic that goes it kind of covers my mouth, sort of, so they had to cut it with a razor blade so I could flip it up and eat,
Oh, my goodness.
When I was in the Borg outfit, I had to literally have the makeup and wardrobe come with me to the restroom because, I can't get out, you have to have help, so.
I see. Wow.
But like I said, I love doing the aliens. I mean, they're just so cool how they can make somebody look like, from normal picture to what I was looking at, and it was really a great experience for me.
Yeah. I'm surprised you aren't doing anything with Discovery. Was that something you tried for, or you just kind of said? Well,
I haven't. No, I haven't tried for it, but I really don't know if my character would be work with the timeline. I'm not really sure. I mean, I could probably do an alien.
Yeah,
hey,
that would make sense.
Yeah. Call me, babe. I'll do an alien. We are in I am in talks with Star Trek Online, and they said that they would love to have me do my character on there, but they have to have time to, I guess, write my story.
Oh, okay.
Which is so it'll take a little while, but because I was everywhere, and I didn't die. I wore every color. I mean, I was the most cross-trained officer on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very honored to. It was just a dream to be even picked for it. So, like I said, I didn't realize I was getting into a legendary kind of TV show series that will be here for ever, even after I'm gone, that kind of thing.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
Do you have on a more personal level, I guess, or your own experience level, Do you have any advice for some newcomers that are trying to get into this world, this career field?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I started out, like I said, modeling, and then one thing led to another, and then I got a casting agent by a weird meeting, like I was out dancing and at a club a lot, back in the day, and someone came up and said, "Hey, you ever think about being in the movie business?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And then that led to my casting agent. Well, then I therefore signed up with a casting, oh gosh, like a non-union, casting people.
Right.
And then I got my SAG eligibility card, and then I joined Screen Actors Guild, and then so like I know there's like a lot of work out there, but not necessarily for screen actors. Doing like I started out as background. It was great. I mean, they pay you like a flat fee for like 8 hours. You get to eat, you get to hang out. That's how I started, and I do not mind saying that, because if it wasn't for the background, artists, it's hard to make a movie.
Right.
I did The Fan with Robert De Niro over here at the Anaheim Stadium. God, that was a long time ago. I totally forgot I even did that one. And they hired like 2,000 extras. I was in it. I had a little part, so I wasn't an extra, but yeah, they hired like 2,000 extras for it, but then they also had cardboard cutouts, to fill the stadium. It's crazy what they have to do. But
Wow.
yeah, I'd say go for it. Just start out with a non-union, which you got to probably start out with unless you have an in some way else. But and then get your Screen Actors Guild card, and yeah, it's great being in the Actors Guild. Yeah, so that's what I would say. I mean, go for it. Don't ever let anybody tell you can't do it. Put it that way.
Okay, there we go. That's some great advice.
Yeah, because honestly, I was told that I wouldn't get on Star Trek because I was too short.
Really?
Yeah, and so I said, "Oh, okay." And
okay, watch this. Hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. And I went to the audition and nailed it. And that's another thing. What they have you do, or what they had me do when I went there, they simulate like the ship's getting hit, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then they tell you to shake a certain way or whatever, or move a certain way. Well, I'm a very observant person, and I like, okay, when I had to do the alien for my first Alien, the Antikin, to me it looks like a wolf dog. I watch a lot of Animal Planet, so I'm very observant on how animals move and blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously that helped me with that Alien, but I also am very observant when I watch, obviously, movies, and watch how people have to, act and shake and make things happen, and it's, the cameraman also, because he's like shakes with you, and it's like, it was just crazy, but those outfits, I'm telling you, were a nightmare.
Wow.
you could not gain weight in those. I'll tell you that. They always had like a outfit check.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For the women, they had special, bras for us to wear that they didn't like lines. You couldn't have any lines in your outfit at all. So. Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
Gee. Well, we're starting to get down towards the end of the wire here. So what I would like to do with this last little bit is, if you would want to, let the listeners know where they can go to follow you and your crazy antics and see the things you've done, stuff like that.
Okay. I have, let's see, on Facebook, it's TRACEELEECOCCO, all in one, there's no space, .com, okay? Mm-hmm. And then on Twitter, it's and then real, REAL, Tracee Cocco. And then on Instagram, it's TRACEE_COCCO. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, and I also have the Tracee Lee Cocco fan club too on Facebook. Check out the Seventh Rule podcast and Mission Log podcast. I'm on there a lot.
Okay, all right. And then, of course, like I said at the very beginning, you can always check on IMDb. All your stuff's on there.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
So that's
yes.
great.
Like my stuff.
Yeah, like it all.
Like it all, darn it. Share it and like it.
That's great. And so, one little shameless plug I'm going to start doing on my shows here, and it actually worked out really well in this particular instance, is one of the things that you have listed that's under pre-production is a little thing called The Last Battleship. And that's going on Facebook. You can check on there. That's something that a mutual friend of ours is doing, right?
Yes, Joe Cahill?
Yes, Joe Cahill. Yep, Steamhouse Productions, as I recall, is his company there. And so I just want to get that word of that out there, that's a up and coming thing. Do you have any other projects?
Well, Joe, he's also the one of the producers for the Night Mistress too. So put that out there.
Right. Yeah. Yep. I can't forget to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, thanks a lot for having me, and gosh, hope you have a great Thanksgiving, and hope all you other fans out there have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe, and yeah, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Well, thank you very much. You've been an absolutely splendid guest. I've had a great time talking with you. I'm sorry that it was mostly Star Trek, so we'll have to get you back to talk about some of your other stuff too.
Okay.
I knew what I was doing.
I know what you're doing, you little sly devil.
But I definitely do absolutely appreciate you being here. You've been a pleasure to speak with. You've got that great personality. You're so bubbly and fun, and you've done some great stuff.
Well,
thank you.
You better make sure you put that out there too, okay? Because I am bubbly and fun.
Oh yeah, it's all going out there. So thank you, and thank you to all my listeners for coming and stopping by, checking this out. I hope you check out some of the other great content, and like Tracee had said before, go to all her social medias, give it a like, a thumbs up, and all that good stuff. Subscribe, whatever button you have to click, you better click it. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey everyone, this is Ray. Thank you for listening. It's because of listeners like you that I'm able to keep this show going. For more of my shenanigans, check out Realm of the Mist Entertainment, where I'm co-host to Breaking the Fourth Wall, War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast, Lemmy Stormkiller on Four Corners of Hell, and finally, The Chronicler on Chronicles of the Lost Realm. You can also find me at Shattered Dungeons on YouTube, playing an awesome game called Shattered Dawn. For contact information or to be on the show, check out theleoeffects.wixsite.com/podcast today.